we talk about the hero's journey. Now, for those who don't know, the hero's journey is pretty much a 16-step process, which they pretty much make most movies and books on, right? A 16-step process. The hero's journey starts with the hero or protagonist in their hometown, right? And it starts with the call to adventure, right? We've all seen a movie that has a hero in a small hometown. Something goes wrong. Maybe a villain invades the town. Maybe someone gets sick and they have to leave the town. It starts with that call to adventure. And once the hero leaves the town, goes on their adventure, they meet mentors that help them along the way. They make a few enemies, right? And they progress through their adventure, right? And one of the most essential components of the hero's journey is their death and rebirth, their resurrection, right? Once they embark on this journey, they experience a death of their former self, a death of their ego. They're reborn as a new person. They're still the same person in the same body. They still have the same brain and the same body parts, but they don't necessarily think the same way anymore, right? They've learned something through resurrecting. They learned some key lessons from growing through major ordeals. They've gone through the abyss and come out through the other side. And through experiencing that darkness, through experiencing major ordeals in their life, only then have they become enlightened. Only then have they grown into this new version of themselves. And at the end of the hero's journey, he returns back to his hometown with the same body, the same brain, and the same body parts. But he is now enlightened. He has now seen the lights. He is no longer the same person in the way that he thinks, in the way that he treats people, in the way that he approaches problems. He is no longer that young kid who lived in a small hometown that never stepped outside of it, right? And that's what it's all about. It's about stepping out in the real world. It's about having negative experiences with people sometimes, and then you learn your lesson, and then you don't do it again. You kind of avoid the situation. It's about meeting mentors. It's about meeting friends. It's about you might possibly make some enemies when you go out in the world and you be your most authentic self. It is what it is. It's about experiencing the death of your former self and becoming more enlightened through those experiences in the real world.